Commercial real estate information online is still pretty fragmented, and if you want to stay up to date on the market, there really isn't a one-stop shop that includes everything you'd want to know all in one place. And even though there is a lot of information out there at this point on the real estate industry specifically, cutting through the noise and finding useful and reliable information sources is easier said than done. This is a topic that comes up pretty frequently among Break Into CRE Academy members, and because of that, I wanted to share some of the resources that I personally use to make sure I know what's going on in the market on a regular basis. So if you're also looking for some go-to sources of commercial real estate information that aren't protected behind a paywall, in this video, I'll cover my favorite real estate news and research resources and why you might find each of these helpful if you're working in the industry right now or investing in commercial real estate deals. So let's start this list out with my favorite news sources first, and at the top of this list are Globe Street and BizNow. If you're looking for information online that's distilled down to just the issues facing the commercial real estate industry specifically, these two sites are some of the best places to find this, with each offering a mix of breaking industry news, analytical content, and even summaries of recent research reports on relevant topics in the industry. BizNow allows you to filter news by city, and they also have sections for employers and top talent with articles focused exclusively on hiring trends and workplace issues that are directly relevant to job seekers. Globe Street also allows you to filter news by city, but includes a product type filter on their site as well, which allows you to zoom in on the articles that are most relevant to you based on the geographic markets and the asset classes that you're most active within. If there's an issue that's affecting commercial real estate, whether that's rising interest rates, major property or portfolio acquisitions, company mergers, or legislation that has the potential to impact the entire real estate industry, these sites will generally be the first to cover these topics. And similar to Globe Street and BizNow, PERE News is another great resource that I often check in on to see what's going on in the industry, especially when I'm looking for information on the activities of major institutions and the biggest capital allocators that are involved in the space. PERE News focuses heavily on the real estate market from a macro level, covering topics like the activities of the biggest REITs and private equity firms in the industry, global real estate transactions and investment activity, and general market commentary on topics like ESG, PropTech, and diversity that are impacting the industry today. PERE News also ranks the top real estate investment managers in their annual PERE 100 list that I often refer to on this channel, which can be really helpful to see where capital is flowing and the companies with the most dry powder heading into the new year. Between these three sites, if there's a topic that's impacting the commercial real estate market, you're very likely going to find it. And if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the industry on a daily basis, checking in on or subscribing to these three publications will make sure that that happens. Now, aside from just news outlets, I also like to stay current with up-to-date market research to get a sense of the recent performance of specific asset classes, what's going on in the country across different geographic markets, and recent activity within the capital markets among both debt and equity investors. And my favorite resource here will come as no surprise to you if you've been watching this channel for a while, and this is CBRE's quarterly market reports, which include information on recent lending figures, capital markets activity, and even product type specific information on the multifamily, retail, office, industrial, and hospitality sectors. CBRE also puts out a semi-annual cap rate survey, which polls over 3,000 of their in-house capital markets and valuation professionals that have an inside look into recent trades and discussions with some of the biggest investors in the industry. And this report again includes information on all major asset classes across over 50 major markets nationwide. And CBRE isn't the only capital markets firm that publishes these types of reports, with the research teams of many other major brokerage firms also releasing quarterly or annual research reports that cover a wide variety of different geographic markets and different product types as well. Cushman & Wakefield publishes quarterly market beat reports, which include both national and market-specific data on the office, retail, and industrial sectors, featuring information on things like current asking rents, vacancy rates, net absorption, employment growth, and even notable transactions in the market that have occurred in the last 90 days. Newmark also releases quarterly reports on the office, retail, and industrial sectors in many major markets across the country, including similar data on asking rents, availability, incoming supply, and notable transactions, but also including information on local cap rates and active buyers and sellers in each market, along with national capital markets reports covering topics like economic growth figures, debt and equity investor activity, and commercial real estate pricing trends that are affecting the market as a whole. And even though Cushman and Newmark tend to focus most on commercial asset classes, if you're looking for data on the multifamily sector specifically, Berkadia and Northmark each offer similar sources of information for the apartment market for dozens of major metros across the US, including data on asking rents, incoming supply, occupancy rates, net absorption, and even cap rates on a market-by-market basis. And aside from the major brokerage firms, even some of the most expensive paid research resources like Yardi Matrix and RealPage each have helpful free research reports and articles that they post regularly on their website. Yardi Matrix publishes free national reports on a monthly basis for the multifamily, self-storage, office, and industrial sectors, including information on asking rents, rent growth, incoming supply, job growth, occupancy rates, and major lease and sale transactions across the entire country. RealPage also regularly publishes articles on their website with insights into their research on the multifamily sector specifically, including similar data on rent growth, occupancy rates, and supply pipelines in the market. Now, each of these resources will inevitably include slightly different figures in their reports, but by reviewing several or all of these on a regular basis, you can start to get a really good idea of where the market is headed, the headwinds or tailwinds in certain product types within certain cities, and the supply and demand dynamics in the market overall. Now, as an honorable mention to this list, I want to add one more resource here that I listen to regularly, but doesn't always fall under the commercial real estate category, and this is the Walker Webcast. This show is hosted by Willie Walker, the CEO of Walker & Dunlop, but even though this is put together by a company focused solely on the real estate industry, there's a very wide variety of guests from all different aspects of business, finance, sports, and politics. However, when commercial real estate is discussed on this show, this is one of the best audio and video-based resources out there for high-quality information on the industry, with a guest lineup that has included names like David Rubenstein from Carlisle, Peter Linneman from Wharton, Laura Hines Pierce from Hines, Brendan Wallace from Fifth Wall, and many other real estate professionals at the top of the industry that you don't usually get to hear from on a regular basis. Overall, if you want to stay up to date on the market, these are some of the best resources I've found to make that happen, and each of these things can help make sure you're prepared if you're asked to talk through current market events during the interview process, or if you're trying to research a market without having access to a paid database like CoStar or Yardi Matrix. And if you want to take a deeper dive into real estate investment analysis and the process of translating market data into cash flow projections and ultimately valuations, as always, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Break Into CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and you'll also get access to the Break Into CRE Analyst Certification Exam, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that will help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content like this on commercial real estate research, make sure to hit the like button to let me know, and let me know in the comments if there are any other resources that you often check in on that I missed in this video. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.